What's going on, everybody? My name is Blake, or you can call me TheCampaigner, and today we are here for episode 9 of our Road to Commander on Advanced Warfare. So, I have a certain topic I want to talk about, because during this match, I was questioning my existence in life. Because I'm like, why am I playing this game? Because I got curb stomped. This was a very bad game. This was the last game, I believe, of my first session that I had. That went pretty well. I was lucky because it was double XP. Like, I tried to set it up so that it was like the start of the actual game, like the release date. But I got curb stomped. I got beat down. It was humiliating, and it was just bad. Not gonna lie, it was bad, but it was a game. It was a challenge, to say at least. But it gets me to thinking about like an individual is what I mean by one's self-value or self-worth in a certain situation. So, in like correlation to the game, I would feel if I'm on top at the end of the match, if I had the highest score, the most caps, most kills, whatever, I was essential. I was the cornerstone. I was the masterpiece. I was the fountain in the middle of the town. I don't know how many analogies I should give, but I was the center of attention, I guess. I mean, that sounds self-conceited in a way, but I mean, that's kind of how it is, because you are the most important at that point in time. You are what's holding, you're the glue. And so I was thinking about self-worth, and the ability to recognize it, because there seems to be times where people kind of dismiss their own abilities, capabilities, as if it's like nothing, and it's disheartening for sure. But there are these times that you want to really appreciate someone for what they do, but then they don't appreciate, they like think nothing of it. They think of, well, what did it do to me? What influence did it have on me and what I'm doing? And some people think like that, some people don't. It may just be a skewed idea, but I've known people who do that are like, okay, well, I only did it because it benefited me. I mean, okay, not necessarily a bad thing. Doing things for your own benefit, not a bad choice at all. I mean, that's not necessarily being greedy. I mean, or selfish, if that's your only reason, then it depends on the severity of what you're doing. If it's detrimental to other people, but it benefits you, then yeah, maybe it's a little bit selfish. But if you have self-worth in yourself and what you're doing, if you can find worth in the presence of others, and they can find presence, like peace of mind in what you're doing is helping them as well, then you have good self-worth, you have good external worth. People appreciate what you're doing, you appreciate what you're doing. And that allows you to feel better about yourself, and it feels better about what you want to do, what you are doing. And some people take that for granted. Some people completely ignore it, which is like, why? It's like, I mean, you feel good about yourself. Totally okay. I mean, feel bad about yourself, not so okay. But again, there are always going to be situations, there are circumstances. My examples don't cover everything, but it's another viewpoint in which to check yourself and to think about. So, when an individual is, and how did I not get that cap? If an individual is being persuaded to do something, they're not acting on their own accord entirely. Partially, yes, because they agreed and they're liable to another's opinion, maybe without context or how it affects them. But I mean, if you're persuaded and you support that idea for good reason, then yeah, it's fine. But for rules, like for context, I guess. I mean, there are times that if you have enough self-worth, you'll find comfort in whatever you do in life. And if you don't have that homeostasis, you don't have that midpoint in your life, you don't have that solid ground, what are you working for? What are you doing? And that's where the self-worth comes in, because if you have self-worth, you know those things. That's not a mystery. You know that. You know what you're doing. You know what you're going to do. You know how you're going to do it. And I think I called a UAV, didn't I? I did. Dang it. But, I mean, stuff like that. Self-worth it's more than just being... It's more than just being okay with yourself. It's more than being happy with what you're doing. It's that you value it. And I think that we need, as a society, we need this more. We don't have a strong internal presence. If we do have an internal presence, it's the bad kind. It's like ego. You don't want ego. Ego's bad. Or ego's good until you have too much of it, then it's bad. When you get the excess ego, that's when it's dangerous. And you don't want dangerous ego. Trust me. So that goes into confidence and so on and so forth. I could go on for days about this, because in the end they just all correlate to one another. It's like, if you have a strong ego, you need to back it up with confidence. If you have confidence, you have to have self-worth. And then self-worth goes into so many other things, like interpretation, values, morals, and then spirals out of control, and you're like, what am I doing with my life? I don't even know anymore. And then it comes back all the way to ego and internal confidence. So, I mean, it's a full circle, but it's vicious. So, yeah, that was the main thing I want to talk about. Self-worth, independence in a way, I guess. Independence of thought. Totally listen to other people, but listening. Okay, this is a good segue for what I'm trying to say here. You can listen to people, but that doesn't mean you have to do what they say necessarily. I mean, when people say, if your parents say, hey, little Jimmy says, hey, go jump off a cliff, are you gonna do it? I mean, no, because hello, you're not gonna jump off a freaking cliff. That's dumb. Why would you do that? It's that kind of thing. That listen to people, understand what they're trying to tell you, why they're trying to tell it to you, and if it helps you, listen. But sometimes understand that they will know better than you. So your teachers, they probably, in most cases, know more than you if you're at a younger age. Like they say, hey, you need to learn these math facts. Trust her. Trust him or her. You need to learn the math facts. It's for a good reason. But if they say, yo, go do, if it's like an English teacher, go do 2,000 push-ups. Okay, well, why? I mean, give me some context. Like, what am I doing this for? Hello? I mean, I'm not going to do 2,000 push-ups. I can't even do 2,000 push-ups. I can't do 20 push-ups. That's pushing my limit. 20. That's not even 3 digits. Okay, maybe 20 and a half. Give me a half. I'll do it in half. That's 3 digits. Sort of. Not really. But, I mean, there are those type of things that we should all consider. Listening. If you can listen and you can follow things that are reasonable, things that are logical, you will establish your self-worth, because you know that you have the ability to do what is best for you and what other people is best for you. Sometimes that's just as important. Doing what other people think are best for you, because they probably, in some cases, they probably do. And if you can trust other people, if people can trust you to trust yourself, you are going to be so well off in life. Because if they can trust you to do the taxes all by yourself. If you're trusted to clean all the toilets by yourself, no help, stuff like that. I mean, great examples, I know. Absolute top 10, 10 out of 10, best out there, best example. I mean, they will rely on you, which means then you're favorable to them, which then they recognize your worth, which then allows you to recognize your own self-worth. See, it's a circle, it's a cycle. It all goes together in this stuff, and they make sense if you think about it. So, with all that said, I do hope you guys enjoy this kind of talk. I really enjoy talking about this. I just get a rant for however long the video is. Psh. I don't like talking, but I talk. If you get me on a topic, I will talk for forever. And I generally would like to believe that it's not like political shenanigans. Like, it's actual good ideas. They're things that can be taken advantage of. So I hope you guys do enjoy. If you guys like the series so far, you want to see more, let me know. If you have any suggestions for what you want to see. I mean, I've recorded all matches, so I just need to edit them. But I mean, in terms of editing, if you want to see anything, let me know, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day.